Welcome to Just Asia, AHRC TV's weekly human rights program. These are the headlines. Indonesia's corruption watchdog arrests parliament speaker. Children in Pakistan need dire protection. Curfew in Sri Lankan city after communal clashes. Political leaders in India offer bounty to behead actress and director of controversial film. Police in Nepal trash man over minor infringement. South Korea's sexual harassment laws not enough to protect women. 3 urgent appeals from Bangladesh, Indonesia, and Pakistan. Welcome to AHRC TV's Just Asia. I'm Annie Lin. This week, Just Asia begins with Indonesia, where the Corruption Eradication Commission, known as the KPK, finally secured the arrest of Parliament Speaker and graft suspect Mr. Setya Novanto. Novanto was arrested on Sunday, November 19th and transferred from hospital to KPK's detention center after a team from the Indonesian Doctors Association approved that he was fit for questioning. When the corruption watchdog had previously summoned Novanto, he had feigned illness and hospitalization for a few days, evading the summons. Later, when Novanto was named as a suspect in the National Electronic Identity Card Scheme case, having caused losses of 2.3 trillion Indonesian rupees and an arrest warrant was issued, he suddenly got into a car accident and was hospitalized again. The investigation into the National Identity Card case has been ongoing for several years, and the current detention of Mr. Novanto is one of the KPK's significant achievements. Earlier this month, the pre-trial court judge annulled Novanto's suspect status, but the KPK has now charged him again with stronger evidence. There is also strong public opinion that Mr. Novanto's case is related to the acid attack on KPK's senior investigator, Mr. Novel Baswedan. Novanto is also the chairperson of Indonesia's Golkar political party, the second largest political party in the 2014 elections. The Golkar party had supported President Joko Widodo in the 2014 presidential election and has also declared its support for President Widodo in the 2019 presidential elections. Next, Pakistan observed Universal Children's Day on November 20th as a mere formality, while millions of children in the country are denied their basic rights. According to the Children's Rights Index, Pakistan ranks 159 out of 196 countries in terms of child mortality, health and education facilities, and protection of child rights. According to official figures, nearly 40 million children in Pakistan are living below the poverty line and are in dire need of protection. Moreover, UNICEF has noted that close to 1 Pakistani child in 6 dies before the age of 5. Children's nutritional status is very poor, with nearly 1/3 underweight and more than 50% suffering from stunted growth. Daily, some 1,100 Pakistani children under 5 years of age die from diarrhea and illnesses related to poor water, sanitation, and hygiene. Media reports from January to June 2017 have shown that as many as 1,764 children were sexually abused in Pakistan. This is an average of 10 children abused daily. Education is another crucial issue, with nearly half of all children between the ages of 5 and 16 still out of school. Girls are particularly vulnerable, as they are either married young or suffer from militant campaigns against female education. In Sri Lanka, a curfew was enforced for 2 nights after dozens of Muslim homes and businesses were attacked near the southern city of Galle. The violence erupted on November 17th after a traffic accident spiraled into street clashes between Sinhalese Buddhists and Muslims. Mobs attacked 62 Muslim homes and business premises. Police and government officials emphasized that the violence had been stirred up by extremist groups. According to a police spokesperson, false rumors and misleading videos were circulated on social media to fan the violence, including one that Muslims were plotting to attack a Buddhist temple. Police arrested 19 persons, some of whom were involved in spreading such rumors. Buddhists comprise 71% of Sri Lanka's population, while Muslims make up about 9%. In April and May, the Secretariat for Muslims, a non-profit group based in Colombo, recorded at least 20 attacks and threats against Muslims from Buddhist right-wing groups. These groups gained in strength during the previous presidency of Mahinda Rajapaksa. Most prominently in June 2014, Before Mr. Sirisena came to power, 4 people were killed and nearly 100 injured when Buddhist mobs attacked Muslims in the towns of Alugatma and Peruwala. While President Sirisena said he would curb Buddhist nationalism and pay greater attention to human rights issues after coming to power in 2015, there's growing disappointment at his failure to do so. Moving to India, the rule of law and freedom of expression are taking further hits, with senior political leaders offering bounties to behead an actress and director. Lead actress Deepika Padukone and director Sanjay Leela Bhansali of the movie Padmavati, supposed to be released on December 1st this year, have been facing much flack from right-wing politicians and fundamentalist groups. Citing concerns about the veracity and accuracy of the events portrayed in the film, these groups are calling for the film to be banned. In March, a group of armed men attacked the sets of the film and assaulted director Bhansali. The protests have increased over the past week, with Haryana BJP leader Surajpal Singh Amu offering a 100 million rupee bounty for the beheading of Padukone and Bhansali. While a complaint has been filed with the police by Bhansali fan, Amu has dared the police to arrest him. While many Indians are shocked at the fuss made over a character in the movie, particularly as the historical veracity of the character has always been doubtful, others are questioning the government's silence at deliberate provocations of violence by fundamentalists. In Nepal's Terai region, a 37-year-old man was trashed by traffic police officers on November 19th for minor infringement. Mr. Dhananjaya Yadav was driving to work on his motorcycle at 8 a.m. and when he reached the Lahan district traffic office, traffic police officers signaled him to stop. Although Dhananjaya hit the brakes, the motorcycle stopped a little way from officers. Assistant Sub-Inspector Lok Bahadur Diyali abruptly took out the motorcycle keys. When Dhananjaya protested and demanded his keys back, one of the officers grabbed his collar and started beating him. He was then taken inside the cabin of the Inspector of Police. Several officers, including the Assistant Sub-Inspector, trashed him with bamboo sticks and punched and kicked him. The assault went on for almost half an hour. While the National Human Rights Commission has started investigating this case, police high-handedness has increased in Terai in recent days. Moving to South Korea, last week the government announced it will crack down on workplaces that fail to address sexual harassment claims, warning of potential prison terms. South Korea has a serious problem with violence against women, with 80% of the country's men admitting to physically or psychologically abusing a female partner. The country ranks 116th out of 144 in global gender equality rankings. A UN report in 2014 revealed that South Korea had the 3rd highest rate of female murder victims in the world at 52.5%. The report noted that Asia had the highest of number of women killed by intimate partners or family members, with 19,700 killed in 2012. This compared to 13,400 in Africa, 6,900 in the Americas, 3,300 in Europe, and 200 in Oceania. Earlier this month, the country's social media was ablaze with photos and a video of Korean nurses forced to perform a sexy dance wearing skimpy outfits in front of high-ranking officials. Other nurses came forward to claim they were also asked to perform similar dances for events held throughout the year meant to comfort patients. According to a researcher for Human Rights Watch, South Korea's new laws, while welcome, did not go far enough to address problems faced by women. Finally, the Urgent Appeals Weekly features 3 cases from Bangladesh, Indonesia, and Pakistan. In Bangladesh, Mr. Koko Lin, a Rohingya community leader, was picked up from a bus on 17 November 2017. Koko Lin was traveling by bus from Cox's Bazar to Chittagong. According to the bus driver, some people stopped the bus on the highway at Chandanaj of Chittagong. 2 men got in and dragged Mr. Lin out of the bus. Since then, the Arakan Rohingya National Organization leader's whereabouts remains unknown. In Indonesia, the local community at Sangiang Island, Banten province, is facing land grabbing and fabricated criminal charges despite having lived on the island for many years. The PKP company is claiming the land belongs to it and is forcibly evicting the local community. Lastly, in Pakistan, 5 activists belonging to the Balok student organization Azad and Balok National Movement have been disappeared, together with 8 Balokis who were living in the vicinity of student leaders. Given the recent surge in extrajudicial killings, the families of the disappeared men fear for their lives. That is all for this episode of Just Asia. For more on these and other issues, please visit www.humanrights.asia or www.ahlrc.asia/justasia. Thank you for watching, and see you next week.